Previously on the Novympia channel.
People think, no, people...
And coming up,
you can't ever really get a grasp what it's like a...
I find you very rude. The Novympia channel is made possible by our gorgeous patrons who get access to the most unappealing crap you'll find anywhere on the whole internet.
Cue the snafu!
What's happened?
What is this?
What's going on?
What's going on? Is that a new setup? No one cares about this. No one gives a shit apart from us.
Look at the comments reeling in.
Okay,
2
now
HD
listen.
girls, 2 HD, go back to the old setup.
We've got
That's
a
what they're
new
saying.
camera and a new microphone. So our audio's always been shocking shite.
I think we've made do.
You're a liar. But also, yes, so we should now be completely perfectly in focus, but it also might be a little bit too high def. The video, yes, so we should now be completely perfectly in focus, but it also... I don't want you looking up my nose holes and things of that nature. I haven't been very well recently. I've been under the weather and she has not stopped pestering me for sex. It's relentless. She's just always there getting her dong out.
That's not true.
I can't be doing with this. Yes, hello, yes.
True. Hello.
Welcome to another Novympia treat for your ears and eye holes.
Starring your girls.
Okay, Nova's bought this. Who are you? You look like a present. You're wrapped up for someone.
Don't show off my neck.
May I unwrap you, madam? God, this was cheap. Was this from this shop in Massachusetts where that woman was a bitch?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And everybody else lost patience
She wouldn't
with
let
her
Kat
and
try
left.
something on.
And I was just like, well, I've got these 2 things in my hands. I'm going to try and pay for it. But yeah, she was a cow, yeah.
People doing won't let someone try something on. I mean, do you want the money or don't you want it? Anyway, this is apropos, isn't it? Because this is another faves and shitters for your nerve.
I feel like we've done really well doing this monthly since we said we would.
Well, we also said we weren't going to mention that ever again, so you've immediately broken that rule, haven't you? We're not supposed to talk about that we're doing it every month, because then we'll just scare it away. Good night! We've been known on this channel to just kick the table, all the rest of it, and then it vibrates and it makes all sorts of noise. Well, I feel like we should make more noise now.
Why?
Just because, you know. If you're new to this whole setup, Nova and I go through 3 faves and 3 shitters of things that we're currently thinking about.
Just of the moment.
Of the moment.
They range from all kinds of things.
Yes.
TV, film, music, makeup, food, just anything at all.
Makeup, music, makeup, food. Oh, now my fave thing, this is cute now, this is sweet.
Is it?
Well, now there is a writer's strike going on in the States.
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
not
going on
cute
in the
or-
world though, is it?
Uh,
It's just America, isn't it?
well, it's a specific union, so if you're part of that
Of the union. I should have probably done some more research on this, but I've not been very well. They're striking, obviously, against not having a solid deal and a solid understanding with how the film and TV industry utilises AI. Because, obviously, they're not making movies and TV shows and stuff, a bunch of people in the industry got together and made, a charity auction. This is what my fave thing is at the moment, this charity
I've not heard of
auction.
this.
Yes, you have.
No.
So they did a charity auction to pay for people in the film and TV industry who have healthcare costs and who
nice.
can't work because they're on strike in solidarity. Votes for women.
Well done, thanks. Well done. Thanks.
Some of the things they've done are excellent. It's like the cast of Bob's Burgers write and sing you a song.
Oh, I've seen some of these.
That I thought was so cute.
I thought this was just a meme.
No, I think it's a real thing.
Oh, because I
Better
saw...
be real. Is it not real?
I don't know. I've
No,
seen
yeah.
some jokey ones.
Yeah,
Maybe there are.
but this is well, it's a run-on fave thing.
I've seen Tony Collette has dinner with you and shouts
At you. Well, one of them, which I think was real, was Natasha Lyonne helped you out with the New York Times crossword.
Oh, cute.
Isn't that sweet? Now, I'm sure some of these are real. If this whole thing is fake, then I've made an absolute udder of myself.
I don't know. I just saw it as a meme, but I didn't understand the origin of it.
Oh, it better be real. I think it started out real, but now
Maybe.
obviously it's hilarious because people keep putting stuff like the Grace chick from Big Brother throws a glass of water over you and calls you a moose. $1,000. I love that. What could we provide?
Don't know.
What could you serve up? Okay, I just think that was
I'd let you
very...
motorboat my breastplate.
So you're paying them. Would you like to say your current fave thing? Thank you so much for
Don't
coming.
remember what any of them are.
You should have come more prepared.
I've written them all down.
I feel like a slob today. I've not been very well. I had a fever dream that Judi Dench was trying to break in.
Lasagna tends to disagree with my bowels.
Okay, my first favourite one is a music one. I really enjoy and I've listened to a lot the revamped Demi Lovato album.
Semi-Tomato.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, that's nice. You have that on in the car, don't you, that
so
one?
Demi Lovato has released a interesting take on like a greatest hits album, and also I think it's been a little bit inspired by Taylor Swift just relentlessly re-releasing her entire back catalogue. So Demi Lovato has put together a kind of greatest hits album. It's 10 songs, but they've all been remixed to have a more rock sound, and they're really good. I particularly like Neon Lights, Heart Attack, and Give Your Heart a Break.
Some of them are just the same, really. Like, why are you doing that to La La
La La Land was already like a rock song. Don't Forget was already a rock song. I
Some
think
of
they're
it
just a
is
bit more mature.
redundant.
But I'm really enjoying this. I think it's really fun, and I like
Fucking ugly shoes.
lots of Demi's music, so it's nice to revisit some of these songs but have them refreshed a little bit.
Because some of her songs are bangers. I mean, Give Your Heart a Break that was my jam for years. Oh, Heart Attack?
Yeah.
I did an excellent turn to Heart Attack once. Do you remember? People said.
If I ever did that, I think I'd
Love that for you.
But yeah,
and
that was
for
that.
Demi Potato. And also, my first shitter now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You excited about this?
Should I be?
What are you making me for tea?
Really good cocktails.
A linguine.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Pasta.
and that better be fast because it's already 9 o'clock. My first shitter is, let me just clarify, I've got this
Oh,
correct.
I thought that was a segue into your shitter.
No.
I mean, it is technically a segue into your shitter, but like that's a whole other thing.
Can you stop talking about a segue into my shitter? I will be segueing into a shitter after you've served me up your usual vegan slop. My first shitter is headphones are awful. They're garbage. We have not, as a society, figured out a successful pair of headphones. They don't exist. They get so tangled if they don't interject. If they're ones on, because I listen at night with a pair of headphones in a podcast, for example, maybe Leah Remini Fair Game. Oh, that could have been a fave. Didn't think of that. But, you know, if you sort of like move over slightly, it falls out, or it gets caught on something, or they get all tangled. When you go to use them, it's always, oh God, how does this even happen? It's like someone's taken your headphones, they've put them in a bag, and they've just done this. They've taken it on one of those centrifugal rides and done all this business. I don't understand how they end up like that. What's happening to them overnight? It's like Toy Story. They just come alive at night. Who's doing that to headphones? I know what you're thinking. Oh, why don't you get wireless headphones? Because they lose battery after 10 minutes. Oh, I tried that at night. I tried that. And I had my lovely wireless headphone and I thought, this is excellent work. And then after half an hour, it was like, out of battery, bye. And then she just left, out of battery, bye. And then all of a sudden my laptop started playing it out loud and you woke up and weren't very happy with me. And I was like, well, I can't win. They're such dickheads. Those huge ones really hurt.
Am I allowed to speak?
Go for it, please.
First point in regards to the tangles, not the most amazing headphones, and I'm sure there's been copycats since, but Beats by Dr. Dre patented a cable design that is flat and it's almost like tagliatelle, and it doesn't completely get rid of tangling, it basically does.
How the hell would that change anything?
I've had them before a couple of times. You'd be surprised. Really reduces tangling.
But are those
So I could
disgusting?
suggest that.
Oh, another thing as well, those disgusting ones where they're sort of squidgy balls and you have to shove them right in your ear.
Inner earphones.
Oh, they're disgusting. I think they're the worst component of human culture, and you pull them out and there's earwax on the end of them. Disgraceful.
Clean your ears then.
I do. It's other people that do that. Oh, and they go right in your ear. It's like, it's like a saw trap. It's so unappealing. I don't know who's using those. There's no headphones that I like at all. They're all assholes. Your shitter, please. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm just angry about it. I'm just angry. It didn't work. Stop trying to sell me a lemon.
Sounds like a you problem.
Stop selling me a lemon, Sylv. Okay, your turn. Your shitter.
Okay.
Let's be a bit more on the ball here. We've got a new setup, so we should...
We used to be on a platform called Memo.
Oh, here we go.
As an alternative to Cameo. So for those of you who don't know either, Cameo is probably the best known version of this type of social media, could you call it?
Money can't buy your class.
I'm gonna throw up.
Where you can book celebrities and influencers to create
us.
personalised videos for you. And Cameo is the best known version of this. Maybe last year they had a little venture into NFTs, or the year before, and we weren't best impressed with that, so we jumped ship and found a competitor platform called Memo. And we've been fine with Memo. It's not been incredible, but like Memo's been absolutely fine. It's recently filed for bankruptcy.
It's not about the money, money, money.
And the company, I think, is basically being dissolved.
Not because of us, you understand.
No. It's been sold to a company called Meatly AB, but it's basically sounding really, really unstable and like really not like a viable platform anymore.
Meteor.
There's a few other similar sort of platforms, but none of them seem to have like the stability, especially when basically these people are handling your money. For now, we're back on Cameo. It might not stay forever, but the link will be in the description.
But they binned NFTs, didn't they? They realised that they were
Well,
assholes.
they did a venture. I cannot remember what it was called. Cameo
Pussy.
something.
Some stupid shit.
And it wasn't very successful, and they, from my understanding, they seem to be quietly letting it die. But yeah, so that's a bit annoying because we were like, Memo was fine. I'm just sick of like tech companies doing NFT shit. It seems to be fizzling out now that they all realise that actually this was
Fucking shit.
such a flash in the pan, like an unbelievably short flash in the pan that people have sunk billions into.
But what is a flash in the pan?
What do you mean?
What does that mean? Is that like a toilet reference? What is that though? Oh, like you put a piece of bacon in a pan.
Yeah,
And it sizzles.
Is that not what it's from?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Like a
You know what's so awful is when people say piss or get off the pot. I hate that so much.
It's not really the same thing.
I hate that with a passion. It drives me mad. Your aunt said that once and I nearly punched her in the face. Oh, so thanks, Cameo, for having us coming crawling back, aren't we? We're not even celebs, so that's fine. My next favourite is a ass bob. I love, as a concept, I love a ass bob. I love the name of it. I love that people came up with ass bob to describe a bob that is ass. It's like people love it but also kind of hate it, and they kind of just like are appreciating it and making fun of it in equal parts. It's a hairstyle. Jamie Lee Curtis was recently seen out in the wild sporting a ass bob. I love saying it.
Bob to set today.
You don't, what bob? Do you have a bob?
That like teal one.
What teal one?
The one that I wore for the photo shoot.
Well, that's not really a bob though, is it?
It's one length
If
above
Nova,
shoulder.
as if you were gonna dare come to set in a ass bob. I love it. I love everything about it. I love saying it. I love when it comes up on Twitter. It's a kind of a recent thing, I think people have come up with this. Someone will just literally tweet a picture of someone who stepped onto a red carpet in a bob, and they'll just literally write ass bob. And that's it.
My next favourite is, I finally got my hands on some Disney Lorcana cards, trading cards. It's not very often that a new TCG will be released to such fanfare, to such anticipation. Obviously this is because it's got the Disney brand behind it. I do enjoy collecting Pokemon cards. I would say I'm quite a
Little cunt.
casual collector. I don't spend thousands of pounds every month of Pokemon cards that some people do, and I'm not like a really hardcore anal perfectionist. That is going to be clipped out of context, and I'm so upset I just said that. Hardcore anal.
You've just won.
Hardcore anal. But hardcore, but anal. But This is something new for me to collect. They've done their first initial release, and the artwork is so beautiful. I really like seeing all of these classic and also very obscure Disney characters reimagined in new situations. Well, no idea how you play the game, but I'm really enjoying collecting them, and they're really pretty, and I hope that they do more and more and lots and lots.
Nova collects trading cards. That's nice, isn't it?
It's not things that make me happy.
But I also have things that make me happy.
That's Bob's.
Cass Bobs. My next chitter is a great one. Now get ready for this, because I don't actually think you'll agree with me on this one. I think you like this. Incense.
Right.
Because it hums, it stinks of shit, and they all smell exactly the same. Don't you come at me.
I think you've done incense on one before.
Have I?
Because remember we bought the incense like cones for the Spyro thing, and you had the same opinion then. I'm sure.
I don't care if I've done it. Listen, you've knowingly repeated them before. If I'm doing it accidentally, then that's neither here nor there. I haven't done it recently, and also I think it bears repeating. They all smell exactly the same. Don't come at me with winter berry bush or whatever the hell it is. They all smell exactly the same, and they all stink of burnt shit.
They don't all smell the same.
Oh, don't.
Your most common experience with incense is going into shops that sell it, so they all blend together because there's multiple different types of incense.
No, that's not true, though.
What you're smelling is just like a
I actually really wish I did like it. It's a bit like you with herbal tea.
Oh yeah, I wish I liked herbal tea.
Because
I
I quite like herbal tea, because it's all different.
I just think it tastes like dishwater.
It's all different. What is that weird whistling noise? You can hear that.
Yeah, I don't know. Can I do my next shitter?
Oh, okay. Incense sucks.
This is very, very first world problems. I totally appreciate
Aren't they all?
that.
They
I'm
all
still
are.
gonna whinge about it though.
The whole concept of this video is first world problems.
When we travelled to Massachusetts recently,
There's people that are dying.
we flew out with British Airways, which was perfectly fine. I'd actually say it was better than fine. Pleasant, that might be pushing it a little bit. We were only in the cheap seats, but it was good. The staff were very nice. The food was good. Coming back, we were unable to fly with British Airways again. So we flew back with American Airlines, which we have never flown before. And oh my God.
Oh my God. So this is American Airlines?
Yeah. What a horrible, horrible flight. It wasn't just one of those like, oh, you're just unlucky because of the people on the flight. The staff were pretty miserable. The actual plane was quite dingy and run down and not particularly clean. The food was shit.
Food was bad. The seats were tiny. Oh my God, it was so uncomfortable.
In economy seating,
I hope they're not too crowded.
you are usually permitted 2 pieces of hand luggage. One that will go up above in the carrier above you, and one that has to go under the seat in front of you. That's a pretty standard thing again across all flights, as it was for American Airlines. However, I don't understand how this was safe. You physically couldn't get anything under the seat in front of you.
Shit under it.
Because directly in the middle of you was a supporting leg for the chair in front of you.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get anything in front of you.
You could fit like a water bottle either side.
So we were having to kind of put our stuff in between our seats. But I don't understand how that's safe.
Well, it wasn't safe because there was a moment when I don't know if it was like the plane was like banking towards the end when it was going to land. There was this like a water bottle flew across the plane at one point, and someone's bag kind of like fell into the aisle, and no one really seemed to give a shit. Like there was stuff just like flying around.
It was one of those flights where you suddenly hear the tannoy, if there is a doctor on board.
Oh yeah, but I
please
feel like
make your
that happens
presence
fairly
known.
regularly though.
So that you think, oh my God, this is not going well.
Yeah, but it wasn't Excuse me.
Is there anyone on board who knows how to fly a plane?
It wasn't like that level of things, but it was a bit like, okay, well, when we land, is there going to be like a coroner comes on board?
It was just a really unpleasant flight.
It was Dickens. I'm not doing that again. I'm going to get like business or something. Business class.
I don't think that would have been worth it with American Airlines. I just wouldn't fly with
Yeah,
American
I'm going to
Airlines
have
again.
to, I'm afraid. We're on Cameo. We can afford a premium economy, can't we?
Will the lifeboats be seated according to class?
My next fave is a YouTuber. This is a really weird one because I've only literally...
Is this roller coaster one you've been watching?
Yeah, I've only just... Yeah, no, but this is weird. There's a cute story behind this.
Okay.
I remember when we first met. It was during the war.
I have like bouts where I get into watching and playing Planet Coaster, which is a theme park simulation game. And if you want to build stuff that looks anything worth the damn, it takes months and years and days. So I found this dude and he was like, oh, I'm building the greatest indoor theme park, and it was a little series, and I started watching it. Like, he did it in this enormous building, which is really cool. And he kept talking about how, oh, when I did the ultimate theme park, and I was like, he keeps referencing this ultimate theme park thing, but he was very like well-spoken, very eloquent, like he's a really talented like builder in this game. I went back and watched this original series, which is 6 years ago, and all of a sudden he was super like teenage boy, inappropriate jokes like, hey bro, hey dude, and it was just like some of the shit he was coming out with. I was just like, oh my god, I don't know if I can watch this because what he's saying is just so inane and dumb. But as it's gone on and I've watched the original series, oh my god, I haven't even said his name. His name is Attacking Toucans. Have I said that? I probably haven't even said that.
Attacking two cans or attacking toucans?
Toucans, like it's the bird, but when he set this channel up and he was 15, he spelt it wrong. So it's TU cans.
So who looks like the dickhead?
He started talking, like as it went on, he started maturing in things he was saying. And he was talking about how, oh, you know, I really like nature and going out into nature. And he builds these little landscapes with bushes and shrubs and stuff. And I was like, this guy's gone from being like immature. He sounded, some of the jokes he was making was so insensitive. And then he was like, this is just a hobby for me, but I would like a new computer. I would like to kind of work a second job. And I feel like you have to kind of like suffer for your art and all of these really kind of like deep things that were coming out of him. And he was like, I don't really have that much money at the moment. Very honest, just a very honest person. And he
should make a Patreon.
Was talking about making a Patreon. So I quickly Googled to see if he ever actually did make a Patreon. Because again, I'm still back with him. I've watched the series up to like 3 years ago now.
I'm surprised that you've like gone back instead of like just watching his current content.
Well, it's not all Planet Coaster, that's why. And this original one had millions and millions of views. It was like a big deal. Building the Ultimate Theme Park, it was called. So I Googled Attacking Toucans Patreon just to see if he had one, which he does. But as I typed in Attacking Toucans, it came up with coming out video. And I was like, oh my god, the kid is gay. Video! That makes so much sense, how he was like a try-hard and he was really all about like what he was saying was very kind of like bro dude. It never really felt right listening to him. And now he talks about all these like lovely things about like what he wants to do. And he built a section, I should have guessed, he built a section of his theme park that was French Riviera themed. I mean, I don't really know that much about the guy. I probably should have done more research. Maybe, I mean, he might end up being super problematic. I don't know.
Yeah, you do this a lot.
What?
Like just say
look great
about people and then not
just show up and I'm really present and I'm just in the moment, just loving it, loving life. Yeah, well, shout out to Attacking Toucans. I think his park building skills are excellent and I now really like listening to him because now he's not irritating anymore. I just hope he's like living his best life now, unless of course he's an asshole. I haven't really checked.
Right, my last fave,
that's right,
is the statement piece. And the wrong statement?
It was recently my birthday on the 30th of September. And Olympia bought me a PSVR 2.
Oh my god, you can't tell people that!
I've only
I did do that because I'm very generous.
I've only managed to dabble with it because we have been so busy, and setting up something of that scale the first time I knew would require time and focus, and it did basically take an entire afternoon. It's quite an involved thing to set up, and I've never ever experienced a VR headset before. Not a proper one anyway.
I thought you were getting kind of annoyed with it.
Some of it was annoying though, but it's because...
Don't feel obligated to say you like it.
With tech, you kind of have to...
It's okay?
Yeah, just hold it down and drag it.
Hold the left down.
Yeah, and then just anywhere in the desktop.
Desktop meaning the whole screen?
Anywhere on the...
Like, I feel like I know how to use phones as a general concept. I know how to use microphones as a general concept. Games concept as a general... But, like, VR headset is like a whole other beast that I'm coming from completely blind. So I feel like I've learned so much about it already. Anyway, I finally got it set up and I managed to play about 45 minutes of a game called Moss.
Very sweet.
So cute. You play as this mouse that wields a sword, and the environments are so adorable. It's like a puzzle platformer game, and just the VR itself is so weird. The best way I can describe it, if you've never experienced it before, is it's like super 3D.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Like a 3D movie, but because of the headset, it makes it so much more immersive because it's everything you can see. It's all you can see. It's weird. It's so hard to explain. And I also feel like it's a weird thing to try and market because you can't ever really get a grasp what the VR-ness is going to be like.
I feel like it's going to take you a while to get to grips with it, though.
I'm very, very excited to do the Horizon VR experience. I've seen people describe that as a glorified tech demo. Like, it's not particularly long, but that sounds fine to me.
Yeah, to be in the environment would be amazing.
I'm quite happy with a glorified tech demo from like Horizon.
I just
Forbidden West.
didn't realise you needed quite so much space to do it in, and that might be an issue though. Like, where you're going to do it where there's like a 6'6" or almost 7 foot.
Well, I might have to do it in front of my PC.
Right in front of my salad?
What a great gift.
Yeah, it was a really great gift.
Probably a great gift. Probably one of the best.
Any bad thing about it, I would say?
No, there's no bad.
It's very big. Like the actual hardware is quite large. I'm not really sure how to store it yet because it's not like
hardware. No,
it's not like collapsible. There's no like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to try and figure out a play. At the moment, I'm just keeping it in its box.
Okay, you'll have to figure all that shit out.
Yeah.
Well, you just need a bigger house. With a VR room. Because people make VR rooms.
They do, yeah.
You have to be really into it to do that.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think my brother might have like a playing room. Oh, what's that?
Don't say that.
No, not like a game playing, not like a dungeon. No, nothing like that. Not like inflatables or anything. My last shitter is something that I genuinely don't think it's a movie that I don't think I'm actually even going to bother watching. It just feels like such a smack in the face.
Oh, really?
Chicken Run 2.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
Those I can't believe it. I mean, we knew this anyway, and I feel like everyone was outraged, but part of me was just kind of like, I don't know, we didn't hear about it for a while, and I was like, maybe they'll just kind of ask Julia Sawalha to do it in the end. Anyway, if you don't know what it is, so obviously Chicken Run, animated movie that came out, 20 years ago? A long time ago. With the chickens, and it's so cute and great. Yeah, so they've done a sequel, but for some bizarre reason, they have binned Julia Sawalha, who is the actress who played Ginger in the original, the main character. They've just binned her for no reason other than the fact that she's not perhaps as famous as Thandiwe Newton, is who they've... Is that who's doing it? Yeah. Who we love. I mean, she's excellent work, but that's not the point. That maybe she's not as famous as Thandiwe Newton, and also that she's older. And by older, there's a asterisk on that, because she's like 4 years old. It's just ridiculous. I have no... Julia Sawalha strikes me as one of those that might be slightly turfy or something. I don't know that for sure. I don't know. But I feel like her sister Nadia Sawalha is kind of an asshole. Wasn't she on Loose Women? I don't know. Anyway,
there's anything about her.
A weird association going on there. She's most famous for playing Jennifer Saunders' daughter in Absolutely Fabulous. That's where people know her from most of all.
Especially when there are clips on the internet of her recently. I think she sent this to the studio, of her redoing lines on the film. She dubs. Yeah. She dubs lines on the film.
I wasn't on holiday, Babs. I was in solitary confinement.
I wasn't on holiday, Babs. I was in solitary confinement.
But I think this was like 2022.
That might be what some people at home are thinking right now. Maybe her voice has changed. It
it's
hasn't.
The same.
It's the same.
She can still do the voice.
She'll do it.
It's the same. So it's just beggars belief. It's interesting because we recently watched, this is kind of the same. We recently watched the latest Insidious film, and they made the fact that they had returning cast, they use the same cast where 9 years had elapsed. They could have recast very, very easily. These are children that they could have easily recast and no one would have given a flying but they wanted to use the same cast and they used that in their marketing. That was such a big thing about the film as a plus, as a positive thing. So why is it all of a sudden?
Also, if they're thinking,
like that attitude clearly exists in some pockets of Hollywood.
If their thinking was, oh, her voice doesn't quite sound the same, her voice has changed, it's surely closer to just use her than it is to use Tandy Newton. It makes no sense. It's a like an A-lister thing. Like if they put Julia Sawalha on a poster, she's not like a bankable star, is she? But to me, that's just like who cares?
But my thing is,
bad mother of the bride.
If you're worried about needing a bankable star, I think your bankable star is being able to put featuring the original cast like on a poster.
Right!
I think that is just as bankable. People might not be able to tell you who the original cast was, but they're going to know that it's going to sound the same as how they remember.
Ginger, they'll get it. Listen, Chicken Run 2 can shove it up their assholes.
Yeah.
Your now, please.
When is this my last?
Shite.
Might as well have utter shite written above there.
This is a bit of a current thing for me because I've been dealing with it the last couple of days and it's just pissed me off. Oh my god, it's pissed me off.
What now?
Cheer up, Charlie.
You would think in 2023 that you should be able to go into pretty much any place that serves food and have at least one vegan option, unless this is a steakhouse, unless this is somewhere that specializes in seafood, unless it is somewhere that actually really specializes in meat. I get it. I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not going to go into a steakhouse and expect to be served vegan food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
But if you're going to go into a specifically Pan-Asian cuisine and offer, for example, a tofu curry that's not even vegetarian in the UK, what is your game plan here? What are you doing? I understand in a lot of this is a specific example I've been dealing with, so just ignore that. But I understand in general, tofu isn't really used as a meat alternative in Asia. That's not the purpose of it. That's much more a Western
disease
adoption of tofu. But this is in the UK. Ain't no meat eaters choosing tofu over meat. It's just not happening. So why is that even on the menu?
I mean, look,
it's just very frustrating because it's so easy to offer a vegan option. But you only need one. I think you can expect.
Just to clarify, again, Nova is not a vegan.
Hey, thank God.
She's a vegetarian.
No. However, I feel like from a business point of view, it's much easier just to offer vegan stuff because it covers vegetarian.
But her
as well.
sister is vegan, and we are going out to a restaurant, and it's like a sort of party situation where Nova's put a bunch of money down,
and they don't have anything vegan.
And then looked at the menu. You should have checked the menu first. No, I guess you just assume, don't you? It just makes bad business sense.
I saw tofu, and I just assumed
it was vegan.
Tofu ramen, tofu.
So
katsu.
Nova emailed and was just like, "Why is there this? You haven't got one vegan option."
You know what I like the most? Cake farts.
And the woman was just like, "No."
She was like, all I can advise is that maybe you have the edamame and the avocado sushi.
I can get you a cup of water.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand.
It's just bad business in this day and age. Obviously, I don't give a shit about if they have vegan food, but that's neither here nor there. If I was opening up a venue of some description, you'd make sure. It's just bad business because then you're not going to get vegan people come there. Just at least one poultry offering. Just like a potato floating in a bowl of milk. That's got to be vegan. Not milk isn't vegan. Well, it's not easy, is it? It's not easy. A potato floating in a bowl of polenta. That's a lot of...
Oat milk?
Well, polenta. Isn't that potato anyway?
What's
polenta?
I don't know.
It is chicken?
But yeah, get it together. I was quite arsey in these
emails. Get your shit together. Anova's boy name is Aaron. And his sister was like, all right, Aaron. I loved that. She's very rarely funny, but that worked.
And I'm just fighting on her behalf, and she goes and does that.
That's it for Faves and Shitters today, this week, this month.
I feel like we've had nice little rants. We've got some stuff off our chest.
That seemed quite good, didn't it?
Yeah, a bit cathartic.
Lovely. You're gonna now go cook me a meal.
Never mind, I'll find.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you cook it in this? Bit of a fantasy. If you... I just punched it.
Don't do that. Punch it.
If you would like... extra special exclusive content from us, your girls. Well, you know the score by now. Why haven't you gone over and checked out the Patron? Oh, we've got the extended Salem vlog on there. It's 2 hours long. The extended Amsterdam vlog. There's a whole bunch of crap on there. The podcast on there as well. The address for that is going to come up just now, Nova, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you not do anything scary today? Oh, you did it.
What you gonna do with all that ash?
Something happened there. I'm sure it came up on screen.
You're just like, you don't do anything scary.
No, I can't. I'm feeling a bit funny today. I don't want any of this shit. Some of the patrons over there, don't they, Nova?
Yeah.
Get birthday shout-outs.
They do.
Including...
But not limited to.
For September 10th, it's happy birthday to not only Paul, happy birthday Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul.
But also Raya Bam.
Oh my god, happy birthday, Raya.
Happy birthday, Raya Bam.
Not her name, Raya's son.
Sun. Oh, like a ray of sun.
Yes.
Oh, because a ray of bam doesn't really make sense, does it? Why does she call herself that then?
She doesn't.
Well, she should change that. Change it to a ray of sun. That makes more sense.
No, it's Blige.
You're wrong. It's Blige. For the 11th, it's Greg's birthday. Happy birthday, Greg.
Happy birthday, Greg. On the 12th of September, it was Craig's birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes,
and then
right.
we're totally birthday twinsies. On the 13th, we have Aiden and Matthew.
That is correct. Aiden and Matthew and Nova all share a birthday.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
But you didn't know that, Aiden and Matthew. Sorry, Craig, you're the day before. And then Michelle for the 14th. Happy birthday, Michelle.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
We also have a Twitch where we play games.
Yeah.
Would anyone care if I played Planet Coaster on Twitch?
You could do
I
that.
played Roller Coaster Tycoon once. Everyone said it was really boring.
It was.
Why was that?
I've just played Tattletale on the back of our Furby video. That was so much fun.
Oh god, that was annoying, wasn't it? Just irritating. It was so annoying. And then you started playing the game.
What?
And a shocking shite to our brand new patrons: Hey It's Mills, Aidan Ross, Will Lonsdale, Mella is Fearless, Lauren Thompson, Julie Forrest, Claire 454, Elena Harris, Jordan D and BB, Joshua Green, Connor and Ruben Johnston.
God, keep up. You put that hair colour on and your IQ just plummets.
I'm blonde anyway.
Oh yeah.
Join the Patron, we'll do a shot of Patron.